fucking 3-2 and then press it. What is wrong with you?
All right, welcome back. Episode 19, Spark Your Interest podcast. We've been gone for a while.
Is it 19?
Yeah, I think so. I've lost track, but
Hit on.
we've been gone for a while. We've had a lot on. I actually haven't seen Sam for about 3 weeks. This is for.
And I haven't even been on fucking holiday. So
how are you, mate?
Yeah.
Been about 3-4 weeks since we done one. I went away and lost my voice, so that pushed us back another week, so I couldn't talk.
I went away. You mean he went on a fucking bender, a camping bender weekend? Let's not make out like he went on some sort of holiday or something.
That
he
counts.
Went on a bender.
I went away on a
bender weekend,
a family camping trip.
Family camping.
And yeah, I couldn't talk when I got back, so that was a bit of fun. This week we're gonna be talking.
Might be nice to introduce to George.
Well, I'm getting
introduce George, because George is just sitting here.
Sorry, mate. You've gone away and you've come back with an attitude. That's awesome.
No. Make
this week we're joined by one of our apprentices, George Tait, who is a what year are you? Fourth year apprentice. What's that? No. Oh my god! There's a reason that I only touch it. So George just turned 4th year with us. When did you start with us? When you were 2nd year?
Pretty much bang on 2 years. Yeah.
Just started. So just started 2nd year when you came. Moved up from Melbourne.
Indeed.
Original. There is an accent though.
Yes, a deep Kiwi accent. Try and hide it.
Apologies in advance for that.
So I try and hide mine. It doesn't work.
Yeah. What is this show? It's bloody not Australian, that's for sure.
No.
It's
two Englishmen. It's 2 Englishmen and a Kiwi. Is what it is.
Multicultural.
It's multicultural. It's multicultural.
All right. So why are you turned up so loud?
Because I want to make sure I'm heard.
Okay.
Because last time you couldn't hear me.
Yeah, I know. I might turn that off. So this week, what we want to talk about is we wanted to go a bit into. We wanted the plant's grown since we've been gone. We wanted to talk about apprenticeships, getting an apprenticeship, what we look for, kind of the roles that they're playing within our business. The responsibilities that we put on the guys at certain ages and stuff like that. So before we get into that, we're going to do a little recap because we have been gone for a month. Sam's pretty much been on the same job for a month. Biggest house in Byron Bay that's just being built.
It is big. It is a monster.
So
actually, because that rolls into my tool of the week. So let's go for that. Yeah, so I've been doing deck work for a week. For 3 weeks, 4 weeks straight. It's been so much fun.
What's your tool of the week? Is it one of the tire guns?
The nips.
Oh, it's not it.
This is my tool of the week. And they're shit ones as well. They're not even good ones.
They're short handle. You need the long handle.
No, well, this is what I had. And this is what I've been doing.
You know, if I was on
by
that
the time
job, I would have had the battery one that just shoots it out.
I told you about the battery one. And you were like, oh, fuck, that's a good idea. I was like, yeah, I've been doing it for 4 weeks.
If I was there, I would have got one of them for sure.
Anyway, yeah, this is my tool of the week. Trojan shithouse fucking nips.
So what have you been doing?
So
throw
them in the bin when
that
the job's done.
That was the one we talked about. I think we talked about in the last episode we said. So we got pushed into it, not pushed into it, but we got it thrown on us at the last sort of minute that we were in doing that job where we weren't actually.
No, well, I think originally we'd quoted it and then we weren't sort of told that we were anything part of it, and our scope just keeps sort of changing and adding. So originally we were
it's
just
a builder from somewhere else who wanted to bring up their own trades from Sydney, and then it hasn't really worked out that way. And I think it's going to roll
into all local. I think it's morphed into basically all local trades are being used because they've realised that the organisation of it's pretty much a nightmare.
Yeah, it's hard. It's a massive job. So it's the slab's being poured in 3 stages. It's on stage 2 now.
Yeah,
floor boxes, LED strip around the whole underside of the slab.
Yeah,
like a shitload of conduit.
It's been interesting. A shitload of conduit.
Yeah, the pool stuff, like garden light. It's crazy. Like I took the drone out there and did some drone footage yesterday, and we had it 120 meters in the air, and it doesn't cover the whole property.
What was someone saying? Is it like 950 square meters or something?
I thought it was 1,500 square meters.
It's massive.
That sounds huge. Yeah, it'd be more than 950.
It's massive.
It's huge.
So yeah, I've been doing like deck work and conduits and everything.
Yeah, so hopefully I'm going to put some footage out of that of like a bit of drone footage, so that'll be going up today. And then hopefully that's a good one where we can get some good footage on there because that's going to be a sick house. It's going to be all fully automated and stuff as well.
Yeah.
So there is another Sparky involved. We don't really know what the involvement is yet. We're just waiting to kind of figure that out. They kind of
we don't really know
they're in
what that
Sydney.
scope is. Yeah,
If you listen to this, let me know.
yeah,
I'll,
there is.
it'll be
So there will
interesting,
be
mate.
some involvement. So
I think they're going to get involved with the automation side of things. So that'd be cool. What have I been doing apart from being away? I've just kind of been floating in and out of here, going a few little jobs here and there.
Mm-hmm.
We kind of had everyone out of the office. We've been so busy, and that's why we haven't been doing this as well because we've been flat chat. So we've kind of most of the guys that are like you should be in here. You're on the tools. Eastie's on the tools. Ian, our estimator's on the tools. Jared's gone. He's very sick.
Is he really unwell?
Yeah, he's proper unwell. He's not even answering his phone today. He's pretty bad. So
That's not good.
I don't know how he's faring, but I can't get onto him, which is normally a bad sign. He's pretty bad. So it's pretty much me in here trying to quote everything and
Steer the ship.
invoice, all that jazz. Yeah. What have you been doing, George? You've been in and out and everywhere.
Yeah, I was at the glorious Aussie Hotel on Monday
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
doing the bistro reno there. That's pretty good.
Stage 2.
Nice.
Yeah, so that's
That's going to be a fun one.
yeah, it'll be good. Yeah, there's not too much going on, so
Yeah.
it's not too crazy.
Smaller scope.
And then just up at Pottsville today on a big Verticon one.
Yeah.
So they're kind of last stages of fitting off there. It's starting
Yeah,
to
that's
look pretty
a sick job as well. I think the only thing was spewing the neighbours built their house up and it's like blocked the view.
Yeah.
Like sick house on the
it's really nice
house on
too,
the
yeah.
water, and they've built like a rooftop thing, and then the bloody neighbour next door smashed a house up next door that covers
Bigger house.
Bigger.
Yeah,
And it
bigger.
went
Oh,
up
really?
faster too.
Yeah, bigger. It just like flew up, and then the view sort of got blocked. So
Oh,
that's kind of shit. But it's sick house though. It looks so good.
Yeah, it'd be
Different
cool.
styles. It's like real Melbourne sort of reminds me of like a like more of a Melbourne style. Got like the handrails going down the stairs, which it's good to do something different. I feel like we do the same. So
Yeah,
many of the
same
houses are the
beach
same at the
style.
moment. It's always like kind of off form concrete houses or like that whitewash
white.
beach
Yeah,
house.
Everything's white. Yeah.
We just see like I see all these other guys. I think like it's pretty different on the Goldie. There's some different styles. Melbourne, Sydney area is different. I feel like Byron's very particular of the style they're doing. So it'd be cool to get a few different styles. There's definitely some more builders and architects pushing up from different areas that are doing some different sort of stuff here, which is cool.
yeah. I think things are changing a bit because, like you said, there's more of an influence coming in from different places. We're definitely seeing a few different ones that are doing different things. Or like that big one that we're doing is kind of a bit different.
Can you hear yourself cutting out?
No.
In the headphones? Can you hear him cutting out?
No.
Yeah.
I can hear a bit of crackling here.
Yeah. I feel like you suck at this. I don't know what you're doing.
Up.
No, you talk too far. You talk too far away.
Okay, I'll talk like this.
Put it in your mouth.
I actually thought about
So
that.
I'm going to edit that out.
That's, yeah,
I'm
that's
gonna
not
cut-
the audience.
I
that
might
you
cut
want.
that.
Yeah,
Um,
don't.
All right. So that's your tool of the week. What's your George? You bringing on tool of the week? What do you got? What
I did.
are apprentices using these days?
I went for something a little bit basic.
Oh, it's
No, I rate those though.
Strippers.
Yeah,
basic.
I rate those.
They're good though. They speed everything up. They're nice and clean. Everything looks tidy. Love it.
UK Sparkies are rating those. UK Sparkies are using
That
those
type
like
of
you wouldn't
strippers?
believe. Yeah, they're
Mm.
like using them. They reckon like for downlights, they're like
Yeah, that style.
I bought
That's
the Panthers in too.
yeah, Panthers
Ah,
are
Another
good.
Panthers
good
are good
speedy
too.
tool.
Yeah.
Cool.
If you haven't got on the Panthers yet, they're
Get on them,
definitely a go-to. I feel
mate.
like
They're half the price of sides.
they
You can
they
have
are
2
good.
pairs of those for a pair of sides. So
They
buy
are good.
those instead.
I always bring them
Okay.
out to see how much you can actually cut with them. Like you can
Mate,
cut
you
some
can
shit
cut
with them.
fucking
Yeah, I cut
heaps.
screws.
I'll do my
You cut
gardening and
everything
stuff with
with
them.
it.
I'll
Bus
take them in
bar.
the garden. Get in the
Bus bar
garden.
with them.
Yeah, you can. Yeah.
Yeah.
My tool of the week. Oh, I got to move to get this.
What tool has he been given for free that won't get used? Drum roll, please. Oh god,
Coming back.
that thing is a monster.
Drill my hand off. Put these back on. Just hold that. It's fucking heavy.
That's the
It is
biggest
so
SDS
heavy.
drill I think I've ever
Alright.
seen.
We got sent this out by Bosch to give it a whirl and a trial. Got to do a video for him for it. So they've actually got something on their Instagram. You can apply with them and pick a tool, and they'll send it out to you to do a little review, and then you get to keep the tool. So, mate, this thing is an absolute beat. It is so heavy. I wish you could feel how heavy it is.
Can I have a go?
Yeah. That's heavy, hey?
Fire it up, though.
Yeah, why does it work? Is the battery not charged?
What do you mean it doesn't work?
Well, it doesn't work.
Beastie's broken.
Oh, no. No, the battery's dead, I think. I haven't charged the battery. They sent the battery and charger as well. And a beanie, some socks. It's dead. But it is. We were drilling holes before. We couldn't wait to get on site, so we decided drilling holes downstairs. But I'm going to do we're going to do a video review on that. That thing is a fucking monster. Because we've only got a cordless one. We don't have a big one like that. We've only got.
Does it sync to your phone?
Oh, I think it does heaps of stuff. It ramps up and yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Righto.
Sick. Yeah, we've only got a power one at the moment, so that's going to be a good. But the problem is, I'm the only bloke with Bosch, so I think
Now the Bosch does come down in price though massively. I saw the kits have come down in price.
yeah.
I was looking at City Tools. The other day.
Anyone run Bosch? I
ran
love
Bosch. I ran Bosch when the 36, but when they used to have all their 36 volt gear back in the UK.
Yeah, well,
I had an SDS.
I rode it.
drill,
I reckon it's sick. I'll back in Bosch. All my 18 volts Bosch.
Bundy runs. Nick Bundy runs Bosch because they got a mad 12 volt range as well.
Fuck, it's heavy.
Shout out Bosch. Well done. Well done to
Thanks
you.
Bosch for that. We will get a video review going on that pretty soon.
What
I think
that's worth heaps.
it's like $2,000. The kit's $2,000 with the
Wow.
batteries and stuff. Anyone else wants to send some free tools? We're always open. Send them through.
I'll get sponsored by Makita actually. Shout out. I'll take any.
You'd be the only one.
Yeah, I don't care.
You'd be the
I've
only
decided
one.
I'm not going to trade in my stuff because
Right.
I've got so many batteries and so many tools.
Makita
I'm
will
not
just
gonna
give you
trade
that for free. You'd be the only person that wants to be sponsored by them,
Yeah.
wouldn't
I'll take it.
Mm.
I'll take it.
you? Shout out Makita.
Shout out Makita. Give us some free shit. Let's go.
We won't bring it on you though.
That's fine.
All right, let's get into it because we're wasting time and everyone's got places to be.
That thing is still flashing. Is it all right?
I don't know what's going on with
Tuck
that.
it in or something?
All right, so this week we've got George on. We want to talk about apprentices, apprenticeships. So start off, George. Tell us a bit about yourself,
Yeah, sweet.
a bit of your story because you weren't always an electrician, mate.
No, absolutely not. Quite the contrary. I used to be a chef.
Yeah.
I was a chef for about 10 years. So I'm originally from New Zealand. Moved to Melbourne.
If you
when
can't
I'm-
tell.
Yeah, New Zealand. I moved to Melbourne like 10 years ago, I think.
Yeah.
So I was there for a good while. Went overseas, came back, like was cooking the whole time, and then just got sick of working nights and weekends
Yeah.
and really not doing anything.
Yeah.
So I figured I'd try and pick up a trade. Had a couple of mates that are Sparkies already, so I kind of spoke to them about it and kind of sparked my interest, if you will.
Oh.
Oh, good one.
And then, kind of looked into it. It took me a few years to really pull the trigger. And then finally got it done in 2020 of all years.
Oh, yeah.
Start of
Oh,
2020.
yeah.
Finally took the plunge, quit my job, went to TAFE and did like Cert 2.
So how old are you at that point?
27, I think.
Yeah. So how was
Yeah.
that? How was that going from, 27? Not saying you got your life together, but that's when you're sort of starting to. I think people
about it,
you start thinking, going, shit, I probably need to get my life together at 27, and
Yeah.
then you do a full career change when you're going to obviously take a backpedal in pay, and I think it's something that probably a lot of people don't put themselves into that situation because they're probably scared of that as well.
Yeah, it was a big call. That's why it took me a few years to finally do it.
Yeah.
But I figured like
The longer you
27
wait.
27 is not that old.
Nah.
I was like, the longer I wait, the later it'll be when I'm done. So
Yeah.
might as well cop it now and then be laughing in a couple of years' time.
Yeah.
And I figured the big reason I chose Sparky over anything else was like you can see in the future that there's longevity in it. Like
Mm.
everything's becoming more and more electronic.
Yeah.
So it's like there's never going to be a shortage of jobs. Like it's kind of interesting, like getting into how everything works, and because I didn't know anything about
Yeah.
electrical, and that kind of interests me the most. So I thought I'd just have a rep, and then
Because you were doing lots of project homes, weren't you? When you were
in
in
Melbourne,
Yeah.
yeah. So we did lots of kind of bulk project homes, and we would just go.
Whereabouts in
pump it
Melbourne were
away.
you working down there?
So we were based in Tullamarine, and
Yeah.
but we work everywhere.
Yeah.
We'd go to Torquay,
Yeah.
work out west, go
Yeah.
far east.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah, it's a bit of a
there's
different
lot on.
world down there, eh?
Yeah.
You
so
spend a lot
it's
of time
very
driving
different.
around in Melbourne.
Yeah.
I feel like Project Homes is kind of a good start, though. I feel like it's a good start to start your apprenticeship because it doesn't throw you into the deep end of doing high end, and it gives you a good basic idea of what.
I think it gives you some like it's
It
hard
gives you
to
some
say.
speed.
You got to be
ideas.
working for the right one though, because I know, like, so Easty came from that.
I came
and-
from that too.
Yeah, well, it
So
sums
mine
it
was-
all up, doesn't it?
Is it-
Easty came from that, and I know, like, he then went to commercial, but he probably picked up a lot of speed doing that. But you'd need to have the quality as well, because some of the shit you see,
Mate, you're a fucking robot. When you're doing Project Homes, you're not a
I
Sparky.
know. But like,
You're
if
a
you've got the wrong attitude with it, like, just
Just
I
bashing
remember,
in
like,
houses.
we were working next to one. I was looking over. We're doing this nice house in Lennox, and I'm just looking over, going, "Fuck."
Yeah, they're
man.
just throwing cables
There's
in through
just
the roof.
shit everywhere, and I was like, that is so fucked. Like, I wouldn't be able to bring myself to do it, but I know, like, the cost in those jobs is there's nothing. Like, but you
Mate,
ain't making money in those jobs. I've looked at it. I've like looked at how you do it. It is turnover.
Mate,
And
the ones we were doing in the UK, the upstairs was sheeted. The upstairs ceiling was
They
sheeted by the
smashed them
time you
through.
got there. So
They
you just went
but
through, knocked a hole
turnover.
where
So
all your lights were going.
You've got to
and
be
then-
in there, and you're only making money if you're roughing in. Like, they're roughing in 2 houses a day. You know, like 2 or 3 or 3.
Yeah.
Righto. Yeah,
We just
3
did
houses.
townhouses.
You ain't doing that
3
now, are you?
townhouses. Nah,
That'd be
fuck no.
nice.
Fuck no.
3 weeks. But it's such different work. But I think it's a good starting point as well, because obviously
I
it
think it is.
gets you under the pump and learning everything. And
No, but it gives you that. It gives you the concept as well of that whole thing of, like we've talked about before. Like, when you get into a house and you get into starting a rough-in, you've got to think about how you're going to effectively, like, run cables in that house so that you're not going, I'm going to pull the lights through here, and then I'm going to go back. I'm going to pull the power through here, and I'm going to pull the oven through here. Like, it makes you think about, like, bulk cable pulls, and I think
Time
it
is
makes
money.
you think way more about, like, how you're going to do things, because there's someone on your ass going, mate, hurry the fuck up,
Yeah.
because we've got 2 more to do today, and you're not even fucking where you should be right now.
so when you moved up here, how long were you chefing again when you came up here? Or did you go straight
pretty
in?
much started
You go
straight
straight
away,
over with
yeah,
us? Straight
yeah.
away? Yeah.
Like, we even said we'd take a couple of weeks to chill out,
Yeah.
but then
Didn't
I
get
came
that.
and did a couple of days, and you basically offered me a job straight away.
Yeah. It was pretty.
And I think you must have been busy.
Yeah.
Because you were like, like, come in tomorrow. I was like,
Yeah.
nah, might have a day off. just moved up here.
Yeah. No, I do remember that. Yeah.
But yeah, it worked out really well.
Yeah, I think.
Because what were the first jobs that we were doing? I think you and I did a first few jobs. Oh, we did the hemp
Eureka.
house. Oh,
We
did
went to
we?
Eureka. Remember that
Oh,
weird one up on the hill?
Yeah, that's right.
We won't talk about that
No,
one.
don't talk about
Yeah,
that.
Which
Don't
one?
talk about that one.
no comment.
No, don't talk about that one. No. And then we did the hemp house. We did the other hemp house in Skin and Shoot.
For balance.
That was
Yeah,
you and
that
I.
was
We did all the
Yeah.
undergrounds for that one.
Yeah. That was a good one as well, wasn't it?
A good one.
Yeah.
I think my very first day was doing solar at Earth Brewery, actually.
Oh, there you go.
Hey,
enough.
shout out
Yeah.
Earth. That was
Yeah.
good.
Slugging panels around. Yeah.
Plugging panels around. And you go, oh shit, I might need a day off after this.
Yeah.
First time ever doing
So
solar.
roll it in with us. How different was that to the company you worked for before? Like, work wise, I guess, culture wise, and everything like that. Like, different to what you were used to or what you started in?
Yeah, very much so. Yeah, in Melbourne it was those bulk houses pumping things out, and you're pretty much always under the pump.
Yeah.
So which was good at the start. It got me into it. It got the basics kind of into it. The culture was good though. It was a good crew. Pretty young, like
Yeah.
lots of young apprentices, young tradies, which was fun. And even the boss, I think, was younger than me. Like,
Yeah, right.
He was like 28 or something.
Yeah, right.
When I was there, 28, 30. So it was a good crew. And then, coming here, it was pretty kind of similar size, but the work was quite a bit different because we do a lot more high-end stuff and commercial things. So I guess I was lucky that I got to see both sides of it and take a bit of my experience from the pumping out the houses and bring it over here. And I kind of had to slow down a little bit because everything was a bit more schmicko here.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you wanted, especially like 40, saying, take your time. Make
Yeah.
sure
Yeah.
it's good.
Yeah.
It's more important.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not all about, like, rushing to get it done to make money. We want to be making sure that everything's done to that high standard. And, it's hard drilling that into people if they haven't had that.
Well, I think, but across the board as well, if you come from if you come from the mindset of project homes, it's all about, like you say, it's about volume, not that it's not about, well, it's not about quality, it's about quantity. So then, therefore, you basically need to reverse your mindset from what you're used to. If you come from a project home world, the project home world is like quantity. You need to be doing fucking bulk numbers all the time.
Yeah,
Whereas
100%.
when you're trying to deliver quality, you can't rush it, and especially when you're dealing with things a lot of the time that are like new things that you haven't done before. You're dealing with, like we're doing things all the time that even the builders haven't seen or done in houses before. So we're having to work through it and problem solve it as we go, and that can be problematic.
So, how do you, like the work we're doing now, how do you find that, and in regards to the level you're at and stuff like that, do you feel like the way we train people in an apprenticeship is like, I guess, I don't feel like we put people in the deep end so much, but I guess we expect a certain level of responsibility from people.
I don't think it's that. I think that there's more, you have to have initiative here.
Yeah.
You can't, like, you got to be able to and willing to figure things out for yourself.
Can't really hide. There's not really much hiding, is there? Like,
no.
And like you said, like it's hard if you're busy, people slip through the cracks, and we've been so lucky with all our apprentices where everyone's been on the same page, and actually all our apprentices are all mature age. We've got one now who was a school-based apprentice who's now pretty much going to be a second year, and who will go full time, and then we're
he's just finished school. He finished school this week.
Yeah, just finished school. Probably just partying for a week, eh?
I was going to ask you if he's in this week, because I feel like I wouldn't even bother.
He wasn't in on Monday. So.
I was going to say I would not bother bringing him in this week.
So
he's bendering hard.
That's the first like younger person we've hired, and there is a very big difference in regards to mature age and someone who's 17. Obviously maturity. I think understanding. I think obviously mature age probably pick things up a bit quicker. I think it's a bit more life skills drive, and right? Being able to a bit more drive. Like you know, you got a house, you got a family. Like you need to pay bills. You're not just going to pull sick days because you care about your job. Whereas I guess the younger guys are still living at home, and you know, I was the same. I was the same like that. Like fuck, I can't be fucked.
You take a bit of a risk, like starting an apprenticeship when you're a bit older, and you know, you're probably more likely to finish it.
Yeah.
You know, like 4 years is a big commitment.
Yeah.
And like even in the first year, like if I was struggling with something a bit over it, I'm like, you know, I want to get it done.
Yeah.
I want to pump it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I think
that's why the whole mature age apprenticeship thing, I feel like it works better. Toby and I were having a conversation about this today, where I feel like everyone should do like 2 years of hospo before they do anything, because I feel like it almost sometimes sets your work ethic.
In
regards to,
because if you're in a kitchen, someone's just yelling.
No, because someone's fucking because there's none of that anymore, right? There's none of that. Like you can't do that shit anymore.
Is it still like that in a kitchen though? Like Gordon Ramsay spec?
I got fucking yelled at.
Not in Australia, maybe in America.
I got fucking
not allowed to do that shit anymore.
People too
everyone's a softie now.
I think
not allowed to yell at people. It's different though. 'Cause I feel like it is going to breed a different generation of tradies as well. Because I was actually speaking to a few guys the other day, because it's quite hard to find good guys around here, and people are trying to find tradies, and everyone's struggling. Everyone's struggling to find tradies. They can't find, or they get someone on, they're like, yeah, I'm really good, and then they put them on, and they're just like, you got to babysit them. And like, mate, you're paying someone good money, and how are you not up to standard? Like, what has been? I don't know what's gone wrong, and you got to take it back to the apprenticeship. It's like, what's gone wrong in that apprenticeship where you.
Yeah, but I think it's like what we've talked about before, is that you can't do the shit that would happen. Like, the things that happened during my apprenticeship, if you did that now, you would either get
that's what I mean. Is that what
you would get?
Would
get banned from ever having apprentices.
Is that what made people better tradies?
Like, because it makes you realize. It makes you realize that like
you hold accountability of fucking.
It's not just that. It's like you're fucking deathly frightened of the person that's in charge of you, because like if you think that person's going to absolutely rip you a new one every time you fuck something up, you're going to do it right.
Is that what you want me to do?
No. You should have done something. Mate, those people, like, I remember the classic one is like, one of my mates who was in the same year, he qualified before me, but he started his apprenticeship before me as well. He they used to throw piss at him.
That's
They used to
fucking-
piss in.
I don't know how
hard hats
that
and throw
makes
them
you a
at him.
good tradie, but yeah, right.
No, but they just bullied him.
Yeah.
Basically, he got bullied.
I don't think
But at the end
that's-
of the day, it built this level of like, you wanted to, you
Go in and
almost
would
wanted to
fucking
like
kill
go in,
everyone.
not go in and kill someone, but like you wanted to be, just keep getting better so that
Just
you
not
were no
get
longer
piss thrown
the
at you.
bottom of the fucking barrel.
That is horrible.
It was horrible, man.
Yeah.
The one dude got fucking nail gunned to the floor by
Yeah,
his clothes.
that's different to getting fucking pissed on.
That's just
It was
banter,
bad.
isn't it? Yeah.
Just the banter's not there anymore, and I feel like you can't do the whole, you can't fucking scream at someone. Like if I screamed at someone, if something happened and I screamed at someone, it wouldn't go down very well.
They probably just
I
laugh.
remember getting
They probably just
screamed
laugh
at.
at you.
Because someone will record you on their phone.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, that's
That's
it.
the
You'd get
biggest thing.
recorded, and then it'd be on the internet.
And then I'd get sued.
Yeah, then you get sued, and then I get sued,
And you both get deported.
and then then I get deported.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Send you back to where you came from.
Yeah. I think that's the difference. Is that the whole thing has changed, and I think I thought it is I don't know. It was a bad
Well-
thing, but then you look at it, and sometimes you think, well,
I'm
was it a bad thing?
I'm quite proud of the apprentices that we've put through their time. Jakey, Zeke, God rest his soul. He just left us.
Whoa.
The company.
He's not dead.
No.
He's just
He's
gone on
dead
to
to
better
us.
He
things.
said, where was that? Me and Tom were saying earlier, if you're not fucking with us, you're against us. No, we don't do that. I respect. I'm gonna miss him. That's all. It's coming from a dark
be
place.
missed.
He'll be missed.
We're airing his van out as we speak.
Yeah.
It's still
Put
raw.
someone straight
Still
into
raw.
it. Yeah, still raw. Cut hurts the wounds. So yeah, like Jakey, Zeke, Toby, all these guys,
George.
Tully, George. I feel like I'm pretty happy with the guys that have come through the ranks, and there's no one that's going to get to the end and you're going to be like, how the fuck are you a tradie? Do you know what I mean? And I look at some people that you interview or whatever, and you're just going, mate, like, how have you gone through an apprenticeship? Whereas like, we got guys running jobs by third year and taking on that responsibility. And, even the other day when I'm running you through the job on site and you're pulling out your diary and I'm talking to you and you're the person that's got the diary out, writing everything down I'm saying.
Yep.
And to me, that shows that, one, you're taking the responsibility to run that job, and you really want to do it well because you're taking notes, you know what's got to go on, and you're being organised. Whereas some of the other people, I'm telling them something and they're just looking at me going, yep. And it's just going, I know that is not going anywhere, that it needs to be
Well, I
retained.
also know that I've got an atrocious memory, so I just write,
But it's good. Like, if you know what you...
No, it's good to know your strengths and
If-
weaknesses.
yeah,
I think that's a big
If
thing.
you know that that's the case, don't just go, I should remember that. But you're like, you're writing it down, you're doing it. So it's good. It's good to see.
Yeah, I think that's something I learned as a chef was like, because if I didn't write it down, like you wouldn't order it or something wouldn't get done.
Yeah,
so
true.
Have it there, it's written down,
Yep.
and then you can go back and check, and then you realize you fucked up because you wrote it down.
Yeah, you wrote it down and still didn't do it.
Yeah, I think it's like one thing for us because we get a lot of resumes for apprentices to come through, and I guess for people listening to this that are looking for an apprenticeship and want to become an electrical apprentice, the things that will straight away not get you a job is your mum or dad calls up and asks
Don't ever do that.
for a job. If someone does that, I'm telling you right now, that resume goes straight in the bin. I don't even look at it. If someone's mum or dad is calling up because they're trying to get them a
On your
job,
behalf.
that you ain't going anywhere. That's not going to go past my desk. It's going straight in the bin. I won't even see that. Come in and go to wherever you want to go get a job. A phone call, if you can, go in there and go and speak to someone. It's kind of hard. Like it's okay with us because we're here. Like someone's normally here, so you can normally come and show your face to someone. Bit harder with a smaller company. You're not going to really go and pester someone on site. Might not sit too well with them. But if you've got the in to be able to talk to someone in person, that can also go a long way. Because you got to remember, if you're an apprentice working for someone of a smaller company, that person's probably going to be working with you every day. So it's not just going to be about. It's going to be more about the kind of person you are than any skills. Because if you're a first year with no skills at all, you're going to be getting a job based on your personality.
Yeah, absolutely. But we've spoken about this before as well. That whole thing that Fat Sam does from the Monday podcast, he talks about you just fucking hassle people. You ring up. You fucking ring. Don't just don't just email your resume and expect that something's going to happen.
Don't give up as well. You know what I mean? Like we've had
don't
people
give up
that
and keep honestly keep, because at the end of the day, if a resume is going to come in, it'll probably get looked at and then it might get forgotten.
But that's
about.
the thing.
Like
I feel bad sometimes because I'll see a resume and then the girls are printed off, put it on my desk, and I'm like, I'm just in doing so many other things, and if hiring someone isn't on my radar, which it isn't always on my radar, I'll probably read it and go, oh, this thing good, and then but then I might not think about it for a week, but then the week goes past, then I'm not thinking about it again, because we're not always hiring, but what we do is we store everyone's resumes on file, and if we can get someone in for a trial so we've met them. Doesn't mean we're going to be hiring them, but at least we've got them in, we know if they fit, and then when we are going to hire someone, we can go back through and go, hey, are you still looking for an apprenticeship? They've come in, they've done a day, we pay them to come in for a day and do a trial, so at least we can meet them, and that at least then crosses them off whether we would get them in again or not.
Yeah, and we have had some great people come in. We have had some great people be in.
We've had some really good people that I would have wanted to give an apprenticeship, but we just weren't ready for it at the time as well. There's definitely about 5 guys that were coming in for first year apprenticeships that I've had in for trials that I think that would really fit the bill, go really well, but at that time we're not really looking for it as well.
True. Yeah, true.
But yeah, that's definitely one thing. Make sure that you are doing it yourself, not your girlfriend or your mum and dad or whatever.
That's not a good look for anyone.
Nah, do it yourself. I think being clean cut, not that we're the most clean cut.
This fucking go from George has got a fucking mo and a semi-beard. I look like I've fucking been sleeping in a bin for a week. You don't look much fucking better.
I look good. No, I mean, if you're coming in looking all scrappy and rough, you know what I mean?
Wear a suit and tie.
Yeah, come in with a suit and tie.
Come in tie and tails.
Yeah, we'd remember you.
Well, I remember Tom Ryan's.
That
works for us. What was his resume? Did you say that? Yeah. I think he had a picture of himself with a speech bubble, how sharp's this bloke or something, doing a solo. And I was like, that just stood out for me.
Mid.
I think little things like that were good as well. Little quirky things on your resume that makes you stand out as well.
I read that.
I'll like a picture on there so I can see what you look like. Because if I am going to look at someone, I'm going to look at their Instagram, and it's the same thing. We do hire people that are going to fit in with the mold of the company as well. Otherwise, they just
get some traditional tattoos.
Yeah, that's right. Make sure you got at least
that
one
pretty much gets you a job.
Just get one, and then you just show it at the interview, and then you probably just a shoe-in.
Temporary tattoo.
Just get a few temp ones.
Live in Melbourne for a bit.
Yeah. Live in Melbourne or England.
There was a time when pretty much everyone that worked for us had a tattoo. That was a bit of a running thing where people thought you couldn't get a job with us.
It's still a running thing. Craig still says, shout out to Craig too. Craig, we know you're listening. Yeah, I know you were a bit upset because we hadn't done it for a month.
Soon we're gonna do a live one soon. It'll just be Craig on this chair just watching us. Yeah. He loves it.
And he makes out like he doesn't fucking listen, but then knows everything about the stuff that you've been talking about.
You know, the only reason I'm doing this is because we were going to just quit it. We were just going to can it, but he wouldn't let me. We had 3-week hiatus, and he was...
All the listens are just Craig listening to it over and over again from different accounts.
500 page from East Ballina. We've got a really big audience.
Yeah, we've got a really big... He's just playing it at the golf club.
Oh, he loves it.
Yeah. So shout out Craig.
He really wants to come on. I'm holding out. I'll get him on.
Yeah, and he makes out like he doesn't.
He loves it.
Do one from sight, and then you've got no choice. Yeah, just turn up with the gear.
What's some things? Not that you're hiring anyone, but you're the people. You're someone that's working with an apprentice. What do you expect, or what? Because I guess at the moment I'm not working with the guys. So if we got someone on trial, we're sort of putting them with you. I guess being showing that you can, asking questions is obviously a big thing.
Not fucking. The thing that irks me most is if you come on site and I'm working with you for the day and you're supposed to be on a trial, if you get your phone out, it makes me want to grab your phone and throw it out the fucking window. Because that pisses me off no end. But also don't ever think that there's nothing to do. There's always fucking something to do. If you're here, if you're at the workshop, if you're out on site, I can find you something to do. Don't ever presume. Don't ever presume that just because we've stopped and I've stopped doesn't mean that you should stop.
Yeah, I think that was one of our things that we picked up on is if someone...
I get it. There are times where you need some direction, but ask for the direction.
Just look busy.
I'm busy,
just at least just walk outside and just
sweep something.
Just look up and just point at things.
Or even just asking what to do next. It makes you look like you're a legend if you smash the job and you go, what's next?
Yeah. True that. True that.
And that's another thing for people with apprentices. Write a list. Give them a list. So
Yeah,
you're
fuck
not
that.
just getting. That's when people get peppered and they go, "Fuck, just go to this," and then come back. I'll go to this. Like maybe forefront a list and then see if they can work their way through that. And
Well,
you
I
know,
think like we've talked about before, like at the beginning of a job, like what you were just talking about with George. If you've got a list of shit to do, George can put that list down, and then you can go, "Oh, everyone, there's a list of shit to do."
yeah,
You've got no excuse to fucking stand around.
Diary, yeah.
Power of the diary. Put
Yeah.
the diary on a
It's
fucking
crucial.
table in the middle of the site and go, "There's a list of shit that needs to be done. Don't come and see me because I'm doing other things.
yeah.
Go and read the list. The list is what needs to be done." And mate, everyone hopefully can read. So
There you go. That's how to be a Sparky. Done.
If
there you go.
yeah,
Job done.
just
Read
write
a
a
list.
list and read it.
Yeah, that's it.
It's as easy as that.
Crucial.
That's it.
No, I think there's so many people that are looking to get into the trade, but you need to sift through and find the right ones as well.
But I think also there's this idea that it's like I feel like back home for me, being an electrician wasn't fucking glamorous. Here, I feel like in Australia, being a tradie is way more like this. There's this glamour idea.
Yeah, but tradies are like kind of put on a pedestal here compared to anywhere else
absolutely.
in the world.
So I
it's
feel
not-
like people have this idea that like you're
it's
going to be
not
coming
really
to a
lower-
job and you're
lower
just going to be
class,
sort of
is it?
cruising around. You're going to go surfing for a couple of days a week, and then you'll probably turn up, do a bit of work, get paid a mozza, and then go home. It's
is that what you
actually
do?
Well, I
Is that
fucking
what-
wish that's what I did. I wish that's what I did. But I think
That's
that
what I
is a
do.
little bit of an expectation. I think there is a little bit of an expectation that it's going to be easy, and then people start and they're like, "Fuck, this is actually really fucking."
No,
it's
you could work for
fucking hard
some
work."
people that are like that. There's definitely people. Like we're in a small beach town. There's definitely some guys that are surfing in the mornings and stuff like
Oh no,
that.
don't get me wrong. Surfing in the mornings, like awesome, but
But like
not.
in work, like that's
Yeah.
not the kind of business we are.
No. But I think if
Um,
you're driven and you want to get somewhere,
Mm.
but
Yeah.
also I think don't expect that the expectation is that you're going to be cruising all the time because you're not.
No, I think it's
You wanna get
like
somewhere
like
and
George
do
was
that.
saying before. It's a commitment, you know.
Yeah,
It's
absolutely.
definitely not something to take lightheartedly. Like
No.
this is like a way that other people don't look at it. Is like we don't make money on apprentices. Like, and people think you do, but you actually don't. Like when you're running a business our size with overheads, you're not really profiting off an apprentice with their rate plus an overhead. So your whole thing is I look at it as I'm training someone that's going to be a tradesman. That
Well,
then
yeah.
will make you money. So if someone does their apprenticeship and leaves, it's kind of shit because you've put effort into someone, you train them what you want them to be, you've molded them into someone, and if they're going to leave, like it is what it is. But I feel like the way we train people is we look at that from the outset that we want them to be a good tradie and we're going to put
Yeah.
time and effort into them. And like, there's probably people that don't. That
No,
will
there are
hire
people that won't
apprentices.
do it.
I know there's a company that just hires all apprentices. They do solar and they just for cheap labor they just get apprentices. And they're just banging out solars.
Mate, that's some people's business model, isn't it?
Exactly, which is I feel so sorry for those people. Like, and the amount of people resumes from that are just doing solars, and they just want to get out. They've signed up to. I feel like that's another thing. Like that should be a separate trade. You shouldn't call yourself electrician if you've done 4 years of solar. It's not.
But
I
you
don't think
can't
that's
be an
fair.
electrician if you've done 4 years of solar.
Well, technically you can't, but that is what's happening. I
Yeah,
feel like it should
absolutely.
be a separate thing, and it's not fair. It's not right. We could go into that in a whole other podcast because that riles me up. You know how people can even do that. If you're a company that's just doing solar and you're hiring apprentices and they're not doing anything else, and they come out that not even know how to fit off a PowerPoint, that's pretty bad.
Yeah, you should feel bad about yourself if you're doing that.
It's
Because if you're training people and they can't do that, then mate, that's worrying.
which is
But TAFEs and shit should pick up on that.
yeah, but you know.
Someone should pick up on that and go, man, this dude's going to qualify and you would not trust him to buy your house.
Yeah, but that's
we had a few solar guys. And
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
struggled. They've
Yeah.
since changed, and then like
I think everyone wants to
completely
get out of it. Like you don't want to be going through that and just
Yeah.
coming out the other end of.
you're a glorified labourer, really.
Yeah, your hands and feet to
panels.
put panels on a roof.
This is going to cause some controversy, I reckon.
Oh. Shots
Facts.
fired.
Facts.
Shots
uh,
Shots fired.
Nah, I get what you're saying. Like, there's a lot of companies that don't even put people through apprenticeships and they just do hire labourers and just have them lackeys doing the solars and stuff like that. But yeah, I think to come out of the other end of a 4-year apprenticeship and if all you've done is put panels on a roof is I do feel sorry for those guys. But yeah, that's how some people run their businesses, which is pretty
Yeah,
bad.
absolutely.
And there's got to be a crackdown on that. It's not It's not right. It's you know, I know there's meant to be. I think I'm pretty sure like Fair Work and stuff are cracking down on that the whole apprentices working by themselves and things like that. I've heard of a few people around the area getting fined on doing the like kit homes and just having all apprentices on site and like. But that's how those places run as well. Like, you know, you might have one tradie with 10 apprentices and you're smashing together houses, like, because obviously they're making more money. So
yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, that's a whole nother story. What about on your end, George? Like, where, you know, what's your goals with us and stuff like that? Like, do you feel like you've had a bit of a switch? I feel like you've had a pretty big switch up. I know you've been coming to us for the last probably a few months and saying you're ready to step up. And I think I can definitely see it in you now. I know that job in Cooper Shoot that you took over from someone else, and yeah, just I was amazed on that job. That was a real high end home and smashed that out of the park and came in, you know, halfway through a job that you weren't really all over and sort of took over and took the reins and got it all done. And yeah, that was really good. And I guess, yeah, I've seen a big change in you getting to that level of being like, you know, I can definitely see you're going to be a good tradie and stuff, which is awesome.
Get the clap button going.
Is it this one?
Yay! Clap button's going.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's good.
I definitely feel in the last 6 months to a year, like, because I definitely ride on like confidence as well.
Yeah.
Like, once I do something a couple of times, like I'll back myself pretty well.
Yeah.
And yeah, just doing small jobs, taking over that thing, doing other little bits and pieces, definitely builds you up pretty quick. And yeah, I'm definitely kind of ready to challenge myself and do a bit more. Because again, coming from hospital, like I kind of like getting thrown in the fire.
Yeah.
And you know, got to figure it out. And
I think it's the best way to learn as well. I think that's how I learned. Like when I started with someone and I didn't really know what I was doing, I kind of got thrown in the deep end and just, it was like, it's more sink or swim. And yeah, that's how I think that's
basically you've got to figure it out.
Yeah, you've got to figure it out.
Someone's going to spray.
And some people, it doesn't work that way and they just crumble. But I think most people sort of, you can come out of that better.
But yeah, once you build yourself up to a certain point and then like, I feel like I'm ready for that. And
yeah.
Kind of want to have a crack and get amongst it.
No, it's good. When you sit your exams starting next year,
hopefully Feb, yeah.
Yeah, Feb. Straight into it. And I bet there's like a massive wait or something at the moment, isn't there, to get your ticket?
Yeah, someone was talking about saying, yeah.
So you do your capstone and then you got to wait.
You got to wait
like 3 months
it
or
goes
something.
it goes through Department of fucking all kinds of things.
So you just got to wait to get it.
You just wait.
TAFE's a bit like that though.
So if you sit that in Feb, so you could be qualified by mid next year.
Yeah, I believe so.
How good's
Once
that?
you sign me off early.
Yeah.
Yeah, butter him up.
Nah, keep me cheap.
Keep you on a tight keep you on a tight leash for a long time.
No, I think we've signed everyone off early so far. Everyone that's
but I think it talks volumes of like what of the people that we, like we said, that the people that we've got working for us, that you're confident in doing that.
If I wasn't confident in someone, I wouldn't sign them off early. But if I know when I've got an apprentice that's better than a tradie, you know, and more organised and stuff like that, then I know that they're definitely ready. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
well,
giving apprentices a chance to do things like early, makes a massive difference. Like, some of the first and second years get to do a lot here that I never did in Melbourne.
Yeah.
And you can see, same thing, it's like confidence thing. You do it once or twice, you learn about it, you figure out
I
what's
think
going on.
like getting people to do switchboards early on and stuff like that.
But the way that it should be though, and the way that I've always treated apprentices is like you want your apprentices to do but I don't like.
It's good.
I've got my own shit going on.
Yeah.
Like I need the apprentices to do more because then I can do less.
Yeah, the more they can
like,
do.
One thing I hate, right, and then is like you go to a fit off and it's like you just get the apprentice and it's like, this is what at our old company used to be. The apprentice runs data and coax on a job. So rough in, you go run the data, you run and the TV. That was just like the apprentice shit job. Whoever the shittest person was on site was doing that. Don't know why. And then gets to fit off and it was just like, you go around and do the PowerPoints.
do all the PowerPoints.
And it's like,
that's
sweet. But like what, you know, if you're doing that every build, mate.
And then you're like a third year and you've got no
go
idea
hang that $5,000 pendant on that scaffold.
Yeah.
But then it just adds stress to you because you got more and more to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, fucking like otherwise you're just fucking everything is just mounting up.
But I
for
think
you.
even like that Cooper shoot board, like Cooper shoot job, and you did all the automation and everything, and I was like, you'd probably never done that before, had you?
Definitely not.
And it does work, doesn't it? It does work. Yeah. Like you fit off all the automation hub, you've done all that, and you hadn't done that before. So, like doing that, and then you feel like now, like I remember the first time I did that, like and fit off all the relays and stuff, and I was like, fuck, I've got no idea what I'm doing. But like once you do it, you're kind of like, it makes sense. And so,
but I think also as well, that a lot of things, there's a lot of stigma attached to things of like, oh, that's really fucking hard. And then you start breaking it down, looking at it, and you're like, this is actually quite simple when you think about it from a logical way. If it's just treated as something that's like, whoa, that's like wizardry. It's like, it's not. It's just fucking, it's just.
It is easy. When you break it down, you actually know how everything works. You can figure out pretty much anything.
Yeah.
And I think like one of the biggest things that people will struggle with coming out of their time will be thrown on a job and you have to fault find. And I feel like that's why we really want to have that push with testing and stuff in this company, because I feel like that's always the thing when you speak to people, like where they crumble is testing and fault finding is the hardest thing. Like, anyone can wire a house and stuff like that. But when you get thrown into a job where you got to find a fault and you don't know what you're doing, that's when you start stressing, and that's shit. Like that's
especially like complex faults.
And especially with all the old houses.
Yeah, that's true. With like
interesting wiring techniques and such.
There's a bit of interesting wiring going on. Ice cream tub junction boxes and stuff like that.
I don't want to talk about that.
No, we won't talk about that. No.
That traumatizes me inside.
But yeah, that definitely, man. If you can figure that out within your apprenticeship and you've got someone willing to teach you how to test and how to do that stuff, like you're gonna go tenfold. And I feel like that's really good with the guys we got. Like especially people like Jacko. Like he's gonna take the time to teach people how to do that properly. It's really good, and I think people are gonna have a good apprenticeship.
Mate, it's like I said, I look at the apprenticeships that the guys are doing through us now compared to the apprenticeship that I did. My apprenticeship was shit. I did nothing but project homes.
But you got to think as well. It's like
3.5
you got to enjoy it as well. Like, we don't have that much shit work, so it's good. So when you do have a shit day somewhere,
but I think you've got to have some shit work. Otherwise, you think, like I said, you get to the point where you're like, fuck, this is mint. I'm doing, and then it
makes the good days better.
Yeah, absolutely.
But
makes you realize that there's good and bad, and there is good and bad.
Oh yeah, definitely. But I think we've got a wide variety going on and stuff, so that's good. You can come out of it knowing sort of a bit of everything, which is good.
Yeah.
So I guess like to guys looking to get an apprenticeship and stuff, when you go back to the start, when you started your apprenticeship, how hard was it for you to find an apprenticeship? Were you looking for ages, or did you fall into it pretty quick?
Yeah, it took a while.
Yeah.
So I did. Obviously, COVID didn't help.
Yeah.
In Melbourne as well.
But because it would have been slower. It was kind of almost busier up here in that time. It was probably like slower down.
There was a lot of uncertainty down there because they weren't sure if they're going to get shut down. So I did, the Cert 2 at the start of the year.
Yeah.
And then basically we finished that. They pushed us through, and then COVID hit. And then I was just doing odd jobs for 6 months, pumping out resumes, just calling people, trying to pop into places.
Yeah.
When I was a chef, I'd just always go and talk to the chef.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you'd normally have a pretty good hit rate because they see your face.
Yeah. Yeah.
A good strong handshake, and you're normally pretty good. But it was hard to do.
Yeah, that's a quick one. Work on your handshake when you're going to go meet someone.
Yeah, there's nothing worse than shaking someone's hand.
Wet
It's like,
fish.
But it was a few months of pumping away, and then
that's going real hard, break their arm.
I ended up getting lucky. It was like a friend of a friend.
Yeah.
And he got me in for a trial in mid-COVID, and then it wasn't going to work out. And then I was like, okay, no, all good. And then I think I emailed him again a few months later, just going, I'm still interested. Like, if you're still looking for someone. And he's like, we actually going to grab someone else. Come on down and we'll have a chat.
I think like even getting yourself in the industry as well, like whether it was say like, Heyman's are looking for someone, like the wholesalers looking for someone. And I know like Sharky that was working there has now got an apprenticeship, and I think
I was talking to him about that. I was like, I reckon that is like the best start to an apprenticeship you could have. If you have all that background knowledge and you know fucking everything, man, that's huge. If you know like all the products and what the products can do, and
just having a basic, it gives you a basic understanding, and
that's huge.
You know, you're having day-to-day talks with electricians, you're kind of figuring stuff out as they come in. I think that like, you know, if you're working at, say, the pub pouring beers and you want to get an electrical apprenticeship, maybe getting yourself in the industry in that way while you're still actively searching isn't a real bad idea. Like, I think that's good. Also, trying to get work experience, like even if it's just like go, mate, I'll do a day for free. Like, I just want to come and
I'll go and work weekends or something.
Yeah, just come and do a day. Like, most blokes will probably pay you anyway, but just try and get yourself in that way. Like, you know, people are busy, employers are busy, and for them to stop and like look at getting you in and doing all that stuff, it's kind of hard as well. So if you can be like, look, mate, I'll come in for a day. Like, you don't have to pay me, even if I'm just stood there. I just want to try to be around it, see if it's something that you like, and
definitely
stuff like that. It's getting yourself that in. You got to try and, like, I know we probably get
you're keen, right? Like,
well, we get
do whatever you need to do.
we probably get 3 resumes a week, I reckon. 3.
Well, I think like you said, George, as well, is like going in and meeting the people. Like you said, like we've had guys that come in and like they walk in and you're like, wow, like that's a pretty good thing to come and do, to come in here and be like, hey, I'm so and so, send you my resume.
Yeah,
I'm still really interested, mate. Then you
huge.
put a name to the face. Like you say, you shake a person's hand. You can probably get a gauge of like who they are.
yeah.
Not to say you want fucking everyone to keep turning up at the office.
Fuck it, there's a line out the door.
out the door.
Nah, I think it is good to do that. But maybe even just call first and say, hey, is it okay if I pop my head in, and come meet someone? Because if you know, you might come and there might be no one there. So if you can do that, that's definitely a way to go. And then what's he doing? That's it, mate. I think that's definitely a good way to do it.
I think I would much prefer to meet someone face to face. You can put whatever you want on a piece of paper.
Yeah, but it comes down to what we said. Like, if you got no experience, you're gonna get hired on your personality, aren't you? You're not gonna get hired on if you don't know, if you've never done it before.
No,
it's gonna come across as you being like a good bloke that someone is.
Well, like we've said before, skills can be taught. Work ethic, personality.
Yeah, it's all about attitude.
Those are things 100%. That you can't.
And even if someone is like a good bloke, you want to know that they got the right attitude, that they want to put time and effort in as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely. No, it's good. Anything else to add, George?
That's about it, really. Yeah.
Covered it all.
I definitely couldn't drink another one of these.
You're right.
Sponsor, mate. You can't be saying that.
Fall asleep.
Yeah. That's it, mate. All right. Well, we'll wrap it up there. We're nearly hitting an hour, nearly with that. We're back. We're going to go to... I said we weren't going to go YouTube anymore. I'm just going to keep doing it because I've said it to a few people and they complain because they like watching it on YouTube. So,
Greg.
we're probably going to go...
Greg.
That was Easty. One guy.
You got to keep him happy because you'll never hear the fucking
end of it. We are probably going to go fortnightly. I think it was a bit... Trying to pump them out weekly was a bit much. And...
Should do a Christmas edition, pre-Christmas party Christmas edition. See who you can get in.
I would love to film the Christmas party. I probably wouldn't be allowed to release
not
that.
film the Christmas party. I'm saying do a pre-Christmas party one.
Yep.
Get everyone in. Do a 10-minute one.
With everyone.
Yep.
All right.
Live studio audience.
I'm definitely not saying film the Christmas party because I don't want... I'm not signing up on that.
Well, what have we got coming up? We're going to do... I've got
I want to see this fucking Bosch drill work for a start.
I really want to push some more videos. So if you haven't watched it, I made a video on YouTube for with the installation of the commercial pillar at the commercial job we're doing. I want to start doing some more stuff like that. So if you haven't watched it, go and watch it. Let me know what you think.
Oh, you did the testing one?
Yeah, the testing one as well. That's the kind of thing I want to start pushing a bit more of as well. So if I'm doing one of these every fortnight, we can try and do a video on the other week. So one-on-one, because at the moment... Otherwise, I was just sitting in there editing videos and not working, so it's a bit too much. So we go to fortnightly. It'll probably be a bit easier to lock in guests. All the guys I've reached out to and then have reached out to me. I'm gonna make a schedule and start locking people in. It is hard to sort of lock crew in to do it, and then it sort of follows. But I had a good chat with Tommy from TCA down in Sydney the other day, and I think we ended up pretty much doing a podcast over the phone, what we were talking about. So I want to get him on, and we're going to do one. It is good doing them in person, but I think the Zooms are working good as well.
Yeah, the one we did with Wilman's good.
Yeah.
That worked well.
So I think Dave's keen to do another one as well. So
yeah, do another one with Dave. Pre-Christmas one with Dave.
Yeah. He looks like Santa.
That's what I was. Give him a hat. Let's get him on.
Put a hat on.
Get him back on.
Put a hat on, mate. You
Do
can
a
be
giveaway.
Santa for the episode.
Christmas Wilman.
But like
giveaway.
I said, if you got any ideas of what you want to hear, what you want us to talk about or cover or anything like that, if you got something you reckon you can bring to the table, let us know. We can, if you're not around the area, we can do a Zoom. If you are, come in to the studio. But yeah,
come on the casting couch.
Other than that, we will speak in 2 weeks' time. All right, catch ya.
See ya.